Good morning, Professor. This is Malik Watkins reporting in from Group 13 for my video presentation. Give me one moment and I will share my screen. So here is my presentation. The topic of my presentation is remote monitoring medical patient designs by me. So first I want to give the abstract. The purpose of the remote monitoring of medical patients is to provide a convenient means of measuring vital signs at home, which can be viewed by healthcare professionals. There is a need for this system since some areas of the United States and worldwide have low doctor to population ratios, so that adequate care is not always readily available. This permits the healthcare professional to give feedback to the patient as to the path forward on their current health condition. In this system, there are three vital signs which are measured. These vital signs are heart rate, oxygen level, and blood pressure. The system will provide a web page in which the patient can log in for security purposes. After logging in, the patient will input all of these or any combination of the three vital signs into the appropriate boxes on the web page. These boxes are labeled so that each vital sign is inputted into the appropriate box. After inputting the vital sign, the patient touches the submit button, which is displayed in bright red for visual purposes. After submitting the data is stored in a Firebase database. The at-home monitoring devices were selected for simplicity, but more complex monitoring devices can be used if desired. Next is the introduction. This website is written in HTML code and the storage device is used in Firebase as stated previously. Firebase permits the stored data to be displayed in real time. The HTML code includes links to the Firebase so that the HTML code and Firebase can communicate smoothly and efficiently between each other. The website also includes various sections, including a section on where to buy the various medical devices needed to monitor, a section for inputting the vital signs, a contact tab where the user can enter their name and email address, and a brief note to the medical professional. A section labeled About Us, which describes the developer of this website, which is me, and a brief bio, a section labeled How to Use, and also written by me. This giving the user information on how to interact with the website. And on the initial page of the website, the user is directed to log in. The user enters a username and password, which is stored in a Firebase database. The user then enters the vital signs, which can be any combination of heart rate, oxygen level, and blood pressure. These vital signs are sent to the Firebase database where it is stored. Next up, I will talk about my accomplishments. There are 3 accomplishments that I have completed for my last project journal. The first one is I completed the contact tab that was changed by the professor's instructions. And so now on the welcome page, the contact tab was made functional. When the user taps the contact tab, the website takes you to a separate page where the user inputs their name, email address, and a message for the medical facility. This page, it contains a text block where the user types in their message using the keyboard. This message will then be sent to medical facilities. After inputting their name, email address, and messages, the user touches the submit button, which causes the data to be inputted into an email page, in which the subject header is inputted from the data by the user. For example, the from section of the header will have the email address that the user input in, and the to section of the header will have info@remotemedicaldevices.com. The username, email address, and message inputted by the user will appear in the comment section of the email. This screenshot will be shown below, and as stated previously, the professor had wanted me to change it. It was originally I had my personal information as the contact tab, but as the instructor, as the professor instructed, I changed it to this to make it better per your instructions. The second accomplishment is complete the section on the free medical devices, which is the the blood pressure monitor, oxygen monitor, and heart rate monitor. The medical device section was made functional. The beginning of the section is the free blood pressure monitors. Each blood pressure monitor has information on the name of the manufacturer, name of the monitor price, and where it can be commercially purchased. Similarly, the next section includes free oxygen monitors. Similar to the blood pressure monitor, it includes information on the manufacturer, name of the monitor, price, and where it can be commercially purchased. The last section includes free heart monitors. It includes information again on the manufacturer name of the monitor, the price, and where it can be commercially purchased. Again, this will all be shown later in the presentation for my accomplishments. The last accomplishment is I completed links to the commercial web page. Each of the free monitors will have a button labeled Buy, which the user can touch, which will then take the user to the website for a particular blood pressure monitor. For example, the blood pressure section, oxygen section, and heart rate section will each have their own Buy button that was made functional. The HTML code was updated to include the URL of the commercial website in which each of these monitors can be purchased. And this enables the user to be taken to the web page of a commercial website when the user presses the Buy tab. From a user standpoint, this feature enables the website to be user-friendly since the user does not have to search on the internet or where to buy each of these particular devices. Next up is the budget plan. Make sure. Yep. So as you can see, the budget plan is made for items that are used in the project. The items include uh, a uh, a Omicron blood pressure monitoring, Omicron heart rate monitor, and oxygen monitor, and the total budget uh, is actually going to be $70. There's a typo in this budget plan, but that will be corrected once the PowerPoint is resubmitted. And this is just a minor typo. I will fix that. And next up is the theory. The project purpose this project proposes a theory that if healthcare is available remotely, that the well-being and health of remote and isolated populations will improve as a result of having their vital signs and actively monitored on a continuous basis. The project also provides a hypothesis that the doctor-to-patient ratio in certain areas is very deficient, and this website proposes that this website will increase the doctor-to-patient ratio. The algorithm is going to be in the form of HTML coding, which is the basis of the website of this project. The HTML code will be optimized using HTML methods, which can be used on a computer, which communicates with a real-time database. Next up is the design section. So this is a screenshot of the code. Again, you don't have to understand everything that goes in the code. This is for the first accomplishment that was talked about. This is where the info at remote medical devices is, the person where they enter their last name, first name, their email address, and so forth. So again, only this little section right here can be is what you need to focus on. Again, you don't need to understand everything of the code right now. Just focus on this section right here. And the screenshot where the execution and the results is shown here. This is what appears once the user inputs their name, email address, and the message that they want to put them. And this will be what appears once they hit the submit button. It will have their email address, the remote medical devices, as well as their subject. The next section is the design section for the free blood pressure monitors. So these are, again, focus on the key aspects of the code, which is this section right here, which was talked about previously. This is the section of where the free blood pressure monitors will be installed. This is the section of where the free blood pressure monitors will be installed. This is the section of where the free blood pressure monitors will be installed. This is the section of where the free blood pressure monitors will be installed. This is the section of where the free blood pressure monitors will be installed. This is the section of where the free blood pressure monitors will be installed. This is the section of where the free blood pressure monitors will be installed. This is the section of where the free blood pressure monitors will be installed. This is the section of where the free blood pressure monitors will be installed. This is the section of where the free blood pressure monitors will be installed. This is the section of where the free blood pressure monitors will be installed. This is the section of where the free blood pressure monitors will be installed. This is the section of where the free blood pressure monitors will be installed. This is the section of where the free blood pressure monitors will be installed. This is the section of where the free blood are listed in my website, as well as a link that takes the user to the website, as well as a short description of what the device is, as well as a quick description of the price. And again, this is the link that the user will use and click to go to the website. And the execution and result is shown in a couple slides. Again, this is another section because the code was broken up into two parts, since this was a pretty lengthy part of the code. And so again, it's just the same thing as talked about previously. And the execution and result is shown here with the free blood pressures and listed right here at the top, a description. And then once the user clicks the buy tag, it will take them to the website for each one of these. And so here is the website for the first one. This is the website for the first blood pressure device. And this is the one for the second one, and this is the one for the third one. Once the user clicks the buy tab. Again, this section works similarly to the previous section. This is the free oxygen section. Again, just the pertinent information is that it includes description, the low small price, and again, a link. And again, once the execution and result happens, it was very similar to stated previously as seen in the previous slides. So this is the second part of the code, because again, these codes were kind of lengthy, so I had to take two separate screenshots and to ensure that they were seen adequately. And again, once the execution result happens, and there are free oxygen monitors that are listed here, as well as a description. And as stated previously, once the user clicks the buy tag, and it will take them to this page right here, where it talks about the first device, and then it goes to the second device, as well as the third device once the user clicks the buy tag. And then this is the last section for the heart monitors. Again, it works very similar previously. Quick description and the link, and the code is broken up into two parts. And here is what the user will see. So again, it's got the title, what the device is, a little description, and again, a little buy tag, so that way once they click on it, it will then take them to this. This is one of the devices for the heart rate. This is the second one for the heart rate, and this is the third one for the heart rate. Here's the project schedule plan. I will pause here for a couple minutes, about 30 seconds, just to give the reader some time to pause the video if they wish to, and take a look at the progress of what we're doing, as well as what's coming up for the project. So then we have our results and discussion. So my research concluded that there is not a system currently available that does precisely what I envisioned. The only reference I found for remote monitoring was a wireless sensor worn by patients for capturing COPD signs. And the data was transmitted to a personal computer device like a cell phone. The data was then transferred to the server, where information was stored and could be viewed by healthcare professionals. This system lacked the monitoring of 4 vitals of this project, which can be used for more ailments other than COPD. Based on this, the project provided improvements so that low-income patients could use the system. Even people without health insurance can use the system, because, again, some people may not have access to health care, and they may have to pay out of pocket for certain medical stuff that they need. Most other systems were costly and complex and needed a third party to assist with its operation. My website does not need a third party to assist. It's totally works by itself without a third party to assist it. In conclusion, the importance of this project is that it is available not only to middle income and high income patients, but to low income patients in which healthcare is typically sporadic and inadequate. By providing medical assistance to low income patients, these patients will get healthcare somewhat comparable to middle income and high income patients. And this project provides a blueprint for research 10 to 15 years from now, in which new low-cost medical devices will be available which can be incorporated into this project. The project was able to be concluded that the HTML code used in conjunction with the database Firebase provided in the best real-time solution. Here is my references right here. And that is the end of my presentation. Again, the section up here for the budget plan, again, this was a typo, but it will be corrected. And just to bring it to speed, this is the, I decided to combine all free blood pressure and heart rate monitors, which will be about $50. The oxygen monitor is $20. So it totals about $70. This will be updated once the PowerPoint is submitted. And thank you for listening to my video, and I hope it was educational.